Dusty.
Let me move some of this stuff before we get hurt.
Yeah, I don't want to die today.
All right, come here.
This ain't dusty.
Yeah.
Thanks, pollen.
Said it's dusty. Just wait till I drive it the first time.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Welcome back. S10 Body Drop Part 12. I hope this thing's almost back together in this video. Got all my parts back, everything but the seats, and Bobby's gonna do my stereo, but I don't have to have that to drive the truck.
That would suck though.
But me and the little ones out here today. It's Monday afternoon. We're fixing to put this rear end together and get it ready to go back under the truck. I got all these brackets back from Justin yesterday. He powder coated all the rear stuff, Cherry Illusion. So we've got the diff bracket that bolts here. Then we got the two pads that bolt here. And then we're going to put all the link bars together, get those ready to hang under there. And somehow we're going to put this rear end under there without knocking all the paint and powder coat off.
You want to bet?
Which should be fun. Well, let's quit talking about it and do it. Let's go.
Yeah, buddy.
Alright, so I didn't film all the reassembly process, but we've been on it all night. Me and my kiddo done all the bushings. She helped me do a bunch of the bars before she had to go inside and get a bath. But Chandler come through, helped me get the rest of it hung.
Yeah.
And we got grease fingerprints everywhere, so we're going to wipe it down tomorrow. But all the suspension's back under, the airbags are in. Everything's tightened, drive shaft's back in. Now I can put some fluid in it. And it won't all pour out on the ground like this mess. And tomorrow, I think I'm going to try to put it on shop air, put the wheels on it, roll it out, clean up a little bit. I don't know yet. But I forgot a little bit of wiring to do. I got some harnesses to extend. And I can put it inside to do that where I can see a little better. Still haven't got that light fixed, so it's kind of dark out here. She's coming real fast.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, like super fast, so I'm excited.
This is a big step here.
Yeah. And one of Chandler's buddies came here a while ago. He said, what is this, about a week's worth of work?
That was some loud silence there.
So this is about 3.5 months worth of work, bro. But yeah, it still looks kind of rough in there. But I want to get the factory harnesses extended, get everything where it'll plug in, where all that's good to go, and then I'm going to start wiring the AC. And then once I get all that wired, I'm going to wire and plumb the airbags. And yeah, we'll be on final reassembly then. So
That's going to be nice.
I hope. I really want to change these roof shocks. These are ones that was already on it. They're DJMs. The Twisted Images 6-link is basically this same thing. He's got a little bit different design on the upper bars, but the differential brackets and the link bars and all look pretty much the same. His kit comes with KYB shocks, so I'm gonna get a part number for those and see if they're the same length. If they are, I'm gonna swap them out. But if they're a different length, then it may make the truck lay out or lift different, and that's gonna change my Acura sensors. So I really want a shock that's identical to these as far as length and all. But it's coming real fast. So tell them good night.
Good night.
Yeah, I'm ready to go to bed.
Yep.
And it's only Monday. Hopefully by this weekend we'll have this thing on the ground moving under its own power.
That would be sweet.
I gotta get some transmission fluid and put fluid in it.
Do you know what kind of fluid goes in?
I don't. I'm gonna call you tomorrow about that. I've got to bleed the clutch, which, as we looked at earlier,
Not possible.
is you can't get to it because the exhaust is in the way and the floor is right next to it. So I don't know how we're going to do that. I'm going to put Dan on that. I'm going to be like, Dan, figure this out for me.
And he will.
And he will. He'll figure it out. He'll go over there and get 4 wrenches, weld them together, and be like, here. And it'll work. So, all right, y'all. See y'all again tomorrow. All right. When I was filming last night, it was a little dark, so I just want to show y'all. We're set up in the daylight. And we got these on here because before the cab went on and the motor was in there and there wasn't nothing on the back, it was trying to turn over. These things weigh like 150 pounds a piece. Freaking heavy. So we use those for counterweight. They're going to go away. But what you think? You like the rear suspension?
I'm stressing.
Why?
I haven't even seen it.
Yeah, you had to go inside last night. You didn't get to see it when it was got put together.
I'm stressing.
Why?
I can't find my basketball.
Uh,
It went all the way down there last night, and I just went over there, and it's not there.
oh, yeah?
Imagine that. You did something.
I didn't do nothing.
Yeah, you did.
All right, I'm going to get back to work on this thing. Just want to show y'all what it look like. All right, y'all. It's another night. Still out here working. I was kind of hoping to have the wheels and all back on today, but I figured I better go ahead and do some wiring and stuff while it was still on the lift. And we went ahead and tackled another project that I was not looking forward to, and that was bleeding the clutch. And it took us about an hour. With the cab being moved down 3.5 inches, getting to the bleeder screw is impossible. So my dad helped me up under the bottom, and KK stayed on the inside and pumped. But we had to drop the exhaust back out of the way to get to it. And then once we got to it, we ended up cutting a 13 millimeter wrench in half, like make it real short. It was about that long. And we done that. But we couldn't get any leverage on it. So I ended up making a crow's foot right here out of that end of that. Oh, it won't focus. Anyway, that 13, and I got a bolt where I could put a wrench on this end, and to fish it up in there and turn the line. It was kind of a pain, or the bleeder. It was kind of a pain in the butt, but we finally got it bled out. KK said it had a bunch of pedal axle. I haven't even tried it yet. But I got her to crank it up, and she cranked it neutral, pushed the clutch, put it in first. It didn't do any grinding. She let out the clutch. It pulled, back tires went to spinning. So as far as I can tell, everything's good with that. And we put a clutch and a flywheel in this truck, so I was kind of nervous because that's the first one I've ever done. So I got that done, and I'm over here doing a little wiring now. I got the battery in here. What I did, instead of trying to attach everything to these little bitty studs on here, I just made a big 4-gauge cable. Actually, that may be 2-gauge. I don't know. It was some junk that was laying over there. Hooked it there, run it over to one of these distribution blocks. You can get these online. They're like super cheap. Just 2 sheet metal screws hold it in, and gives you a stud to mount a bunch of different points to. Case in point, this is the starter wire that goes over here to the starter. This is the battery cable that comes from the battery, and then this is the cable that goes around, and this goes to the circuit breaker for the compressor. So I'm fixing to start running that wire up under the cab, get it run. I got a bunch to do with the electric fans up here, so I'm going to mount a Stinger 80 amp. I don't know exactly where I'm going to mount that at, but it's probably going to be right in this area. Or I may mount it on the other side. I'm not sure yet. I just haven't made it that far. With this dryer being here, it kind of takes up my room. I've got a overflow can and a vacuum can that's got to go somewhere. So they're probably going to go on the other side. I just trying to put stuff where I can fit it and still make it clean. So the relay may get mounted somewhere behind the bumper. I don't know. We'll just figure that out when we get there. So, but I've actually got to mount 2 of them, one for these fans and one for the main fan. So they'll be on 2 different circuits. So we'll just figure it out as we go, and we're getting closer. All right, y'all. I'll show y'all these little zip tie mounts. Ones I showed you. I'm trying to get where my light will show you. Put these things all the way down the frame, as you can tell. Gives me somewhere to zip tie. Just got a light on my head. I'm trying to get it pointed and watch the camera at the same time. It gives you a nice place to mount your wires. There's no holes in this frame. You have to drill and sheet metal screw or tap or whatever you want to do to put clamps on it. I mean, it took me about 5 minutes to weld all those on, and super easy. And I appreciate Crawford for showing us that on his channel. So it sure helped me out, because this is what it looked like before. Wires everywhere. So, and then now we got like a nice, neat little cluster of wires, and they won't be dragging the ground. So got one here, one up here, where my airline comes out the top of the frame, and out of the frame over there I got to put some heater hose around it so we don't have no blowouts. But other than that, I think we're good to go. Now I'm gonna let it back down and go from the back of the cab on back, and it's coming along pretty quick. I've got all the Acura wired up except the 12-volt source, the keyed source on the inside. I ended up just, let me see if I can show you this from the bottom. No, I cannot. Anyway, the 12-volt power source for the Acura is wired here instead of running all the way to the front. This is the main battery cable coming in for the compressors. I just hooked it there. And then the yellow wire is the trigger wire for this relay to turn the compressors on. And then the orange wire goes inside. That's your key 12-volt. So it's already running to the cab along with the 1/8" gauge line and the plug, the wire and harness for the Acura controller. So all that's already running to the cab. While it's in the air, I'm going to go ahead and hook these compressor wires up and then let it down and start zip tying everything, trying to make it look pretty. And that's the fun part. All right, so back to reassembling the motor this morning. And last night I started on this, and I have discovered that this throttle cable, this thing has two throttle cables on it. It's got the one that comes out of the firewall over there, and it loops around, it hooks to here. And it hooks up under this little thing right there, you see. And then there's a second one that hooks there and comes around and hooks to the throttle body. Well, at some point between taking the motor in and out a couple times, taking the cab off, I don't know where it went. And I looked everywhere, all over the shop, and as you can tell, the shop is freaking destroyed. So finding anything is near about impossible. But I went to the junkyard this morning. They had one S10, one with a 2.5 in it, and they had cut the roof off about right here. The whole roof was gone, both doors are gone, but it had a hood and a front clip on it, and the motor was still in it. And I was like, yes, I found one. So I pulled the air cleaner off, and I was like, oh, the cable's there. I got to take it off. Well, this one was apparently a different year model, and the cable went all the way around this bracket and was one piece to the firewall. I'm like, well, I could use that. So I go over there. They cut it off at the firewall. Why do junkyards do this? All the good stuff that we need, they cut it off. So anyway, I pulled that cable out, and I brought it, and yeah, so it was really long. So I ended up checking to see if the length was right from here to here, and it was perfect. So I just cut it off, and it's going to work just fine for me. So when you mash the gas, this turns and pulls that, and I'm getting full throttle, and it's returning and it's closing. So that looks like it's going to work out. Bag and tag this stuff, folks, when you take it apart, because I thought we had bagged and tagged everything, but so far I've come up missing several bolts that did not remember not bagging. So, but I got that done. Now that that's done, I'm going to pull this bracket off. I'm going to paint it. I'm going to pull this bracket off and paint it real quick. And it's about 40 degrees outside, so I probably shouldn't be painting anything, but I want to go ahead and paint them too. Clean the rest of the motor. I want to clean them too. So, all right. So finally doing an upgrade that I wanted to do since day one of bagging this truck. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you saw that we bought a parts truck, and we pulled all the suspension off of it. This is a Lowrider Depot 6-link. It's got the forward 4-link and then the rear lift bars, which makes it a 6-link. This was already on the blue S10. If you watch Outlandish Family's channel, he's building that truck, and he actually went back with a setup very similar to this one. Twisted Images sells a 6-link. It looks almost identical to this one, and I'm pretty sure that when Lowrider Depot quit selling this kit, that he bought the files or something from what I've kind of seen. because it looks identical. The upper bars, he's got heim joints on his. It's a little different, but for the most part, it looks just like this kit. It's very, very well put together. Gets good lift, rides good for the most part. Mine did not, though. And it's got some old DJM 1900 shocks on it, and they are junk. I don't know how old they are, nothing like that. I don't see a build date stamped on them anywhere. But so I've been wanting to get some new shocks. So I hit up Kyle, and I asked him for the part number that come with his kit, and he sent it to me. So I ordered some of those. It is a KYB shock, 343157. Got those on Amazon for like $21 a piece. If you look these DJM shocks up, they're about $50 a piece. And I ain't never had a DJM kit that I was impressed with the ride, ever. I've put a bunch of them on for people, and I just ain't never really been real impressed with them. So, bye, Felicia. We're going to stick these on. The measurements are almost the exact same. This one actually extends a hair longer than that one, which I hope is not an issue with my accuracy sensors already being mocked up. But I'm going to cycle it when I get the shock on and make sure everything's good. I don't want to overextend these and break them because they're kind of expensive. So, yes, man, I hope this thing rides better. And I'm not going to say that those are junk as far as, I don't think they're wore out. They're so stiff that this thing is like riding with something on hydraulics with no accumulators. Just beat your kidneys out on the back. The front ride's good, but the back just has no give. And I'll be honest, when it was just lowered, it was kind of the same way. It was really stiff. There's no weight back here hardly. And this little truck is super light anyway. It's a complete base model, like base everything. It had air conditioning and vacuum brakes. Other than that, it has nothing. It has no cruise control, none of that good stuff. But yeah, I hope this makes it ride tremendously better. And I'll let y'all know on the first drive. But we'll get these bolted on and keep on keeping on. All right, y'all, sorry. I haven't really been filming a lot of this stuff because it's just wiring. Wiring sucks. Everybody hates wiring. I hate wiring. Mainly because you make everything look really good, and then by the time you get wires put on it, it looks like crap. I hate it. But let me show you what I did so far on here. All right, so when most people start wiring stuff up, they use a relay like this. 40 amp. You get it at the parts store, super cheap. You can get a little harness that plugs in here where you can hook your wires up. I don't ever use these because I hate these. I've always had trouble with them. Letting me down on the side of the road, especially when they were running compressors. So we started using Stinger 80 amps probably 15 years ago. They handle 80 amps a piece. You put one of those on a dual pack on Viairs, they'll last forever. So I've got two on here. I had one that was already been used, just a little dirty, and then I got a new one. These two run the electric fans. I've got a big fan on the back side. I didn't build a fan shroud. I'm running out of time. I didn't really have time. And then I've got two pushers on the front. These are 8-inch. They're on the condenser for the vintage air. Those should be enough to handle keeping the AC in check. This is going to keep the motor in check. That thing takes up damn near 2/3 of the radiator, so it's a big size fan. I bought a dual setup of those, and I was hoping it would fit the radiator, but it was way too big. So I've got these two wired up on their own separate circuits. So this one runs over to this fan to this relay. This is controlled by a temperature switch on the other side of the motor. I think I've showed you that already. It's just got a keyed 12 volt, comes out of the fuse box, which I actually haven't even wired up yet. Comes out of the fuse box, goes through the firewall over there, goes to that plug. Let me show you if I can get over without breaking my neck. So it goes to this plug right here, which is a temp sensor. Cuts it on and off at a certain temperature. And this wire comes out, and I haven't wire loomed any of this because I want to get all the wires run. But that wire comes over, triggers this relay. This relay is triggered by the binary switch right here on the vintage air. I tapped into that wire, run a wire over here to that, and anytime that the AC is on, that wire has power, and so does this relay, and it turns on the fans. And then I just run a big 4-gauge wire over to the battery stud right there on the frame. I don't know if you can see that, kind of blurry. And then I run a jumper wire over to this one. This is only running one fan, so I didn't need as big a wire here. And then I've got a ground stud here where everything grounds. So if you're trying to learn how to wire, don't learn from me because it does look kind of messy, but it's going to work. I've already tested it all out. I'm going to keep on wiring. Actually, Dan's daughter just pulled up. We're fixing to put spark plugs and coils in her Ford, so that's going to be fun. Skint knuckles coming soon. All right, so I started building a radiator mount the other day, and I tried to bend it in my brake, and the metal was a little too thick, and it wouldn't give me a good bend. So I just kind of mocked it up with that. And, I got with Dylan today. We went over to his brother-in-law's house, Nick's, and he's got a big brake, an 8-foot brake. We threw this in there, got me some good, nice flat brakes on it. Making me some little templates here to fill in the ends on both ends. And then I'm probably going to put, move all this stuff out of the way. Probably going to put a nutsert in the core support like here and here to hold this in. And then here, I'm probably just going to do like a little small self-tapper there. Probably do 4 of them across there. And they're going to go through this upper lip of the radiator. I think that'll be just fine. And yeah. Also, my AC lines come off here and they loop around in front of the motor. I'm going to try to build some kind of mount here to hold them away from the belt and all, so they can bring their way around. That's what I got in my head. I wouldn't mind like dimple dyeing that or something to make it look better, but at this point, I'd assume just running out of time. I'd assume just get it built, paint it black, put it on, forget it. So it's probably what's going to end up happening. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut these little caps, weld those on, and grind it down smooth, and we'll go from there. It's super simple. Just cap the ends, weld them up, grind them down, and yeah, I mean, that dude won't even move, so probably could just leave it like that, and then wouldn't even put no screws in it, and it'd be fine. So I don't know. We're gonna figure out how we're gonna mount it, and I'll show you in just a minute, or next video, or I don't know when. We'll get it mounted sometime though. All right, another day, another bunch of money spent. Went to O'Reilly's. I got some hose for the catch can because the one they sent with it is orange, and I'm not running that crap. I got some hose clamps, 5/8. Got me some coolant. I'm not going to put that in first. I'm going to put water in first because Rance told me, hey, dummy, if you put coolant in, it's always going to leak on the ground. So we're going to put some water in it first. I've got to hook this to here and this to here. And then I got to run my overflow from here. It's going to go down through there over to the other side. I'm going to mount the overflow to the core support on the far side. And in theory, everything should be good to put coolant in because I've got the AccuAir wired up and I need this thing to run so I can build some air. The battery is getting kind of weak and I need to let it run for a few minutes. So anyway, there's that. And if you notice, the Cavalier Sunfire seats that we bought are back in the truck. I had took those to upholstery and I was gonna get those done. But Dan and Dawson got out here last weekend and kept trimming on my bench seat and got it to fit. So I went and swapped out. I took the bench seat to get reupholstered and I brought those back. And we're gonna use those until I get the other one back. We just kind of got them in there so we don't have to sit on the floor to do the wire and stuff. And also if something happens and I'm not able to get my bench seat back before many naps, at least I got some seats I can throw in there to ride on. So I'm gonna get all this hooked up and get some coolant in this guy.
This is one ugly son of a bitch, and he finally shows up.
Gotta be good at
We love you.
Gotta be good at something.
You're gonna have to cut some of this out. Hold on.
Race stroke. Whoa.
Rance, why ain't yours doing this yet?
You think I made the firewall so it's big enough? Hey, show them this right here. This is what that high temp spray paint from the parts store. It run long enough to build air and back from there to here, and it's already cooked off. Just put it back on rusty. Don't waste your time.
Yeah.
I don't have time to send it off and have it jet hot coated, so I probably would have if I just went ahead and sent it off. All right, y'all. So it turns out if you and your buddies clean the shop, you actually have concrete.
You have concrete instead of a dirt floor.
Instead of a dirt floor. Awesome. So I drove the truck out a while ago. You saw that under its own power and its own air. So now we're going to do something fun because we're tired of wiring. I've been wiring for 4 days. We're fixing to do some sheet metal work. Yeah. So we're about to bring the bed in, sit on those, get some sheet metal out, start framing this thing out. All right, so the game plan, we're still trying to get the bed leveled right now, but we're about to cut these little temporary wheel tubs I put in there out and drag some 18 gauge sheet metal out, and we'll show you kind of what we do as we do it. And once again, you don't have to do it the way we do it. You can do it however you want to do it, but this is the way we're going to do it.
Everybody has a way to do their own
Yeah,
way.
a million ways to skin a cat. Y'all got to wait a little longer though, because we're hungry. It's lunchtime. Oh, I should probably put that inside, being it has no windows and it's trying to rain. All right, so here's how we started. We cut a piece to go all the way down, and we got it just tacked in a couple spots. We're about to build some wheel tubs to go in there. While we're working on that, Dan is working on the headliner. He's gonna wrap it. I bought some tan suede, and I don't think y'all saw him on the channel before, but that's Dan's nephew, Drew.
Tell everybody.
And yeah, so they pulled my headliner out a while ago, and it was broke on the corner, and somebody had taped it back together with some camouflage tape. I don't know how long ago that was. It looks like a long time ago. But the parts cab that Justin Newton gave me has come in good again. It had a good headliner, and it had the trim piece that I went to the junkyard and couldn't find, and I had one the whole time. So, all right, we're gonna get started on this wheel tub, and we'll come back and show you in just a minute what it looks like. This is how grown men do band-aids.
Tape. Blue paper towels and painter tape.
Cut my knuckle all open this morning already, and little blue shop towels and tape.
We're not allowed to have sharp
I
objects.
flip that over. Yellow goes up. You're killing me, Smalls.
Yellow is up.
No, that's down.
If I look at it like this.
Y'all see my dog on the channel. This is May. She has a shock collar on because she don't like to stay home. She's about to lose her shock collar though because Drew has agreed for $20 to put it on and run to the mailbox, which is way past the limit. Come on, we're waiting. She did not like that.
Right there.
Oh, hey Dan, come tighten this thing up. We'll make sure it's gonna connect real good.
No, this ain't good.
He'll come back with piss all over his pants.
Oh yeah, it ain't even touching right now.
Yeah, it's got to be up against the skin.
Man, move all that damn hair. On today's episode, jackass.
We didn't even have to have Brandon ramming anything.
No.
Oh, take it back off for him. Yeah, that's a dog stuff.
Hey girl.
Hey, Dan.
Somebody's about to get shocked.
Hey, move towards the house because it's going off right now.
You sure you want to do this? It's just $20.
He said that's a tank of gas.
He said I had to do no gay stuff to get it. Hold on, let Dan get this. May just want to know what's going on with her collar.
Give me my collar.
He said I got a collar like this I wear at night, but it don't look like this one.
Oh, that bitch is finna fuck you up.
You can't say that, sir.
That's about to mess you up.
Where's the rain start at? Get shot first.
About the light pole.
Oh, God.
Maybe.
Yeah. Just tear it out. We'll watch it. Hang on, let me go on and get on out here. All right, I'm ready when you are. Yep, to the stump. He ain't got out of range yet, but he's fixing to. His head's cocked that way. Is it shocking you?
Spots a little bit.
Dog said, give it back. I want my collar back. Yeah. Look like you got stung by a hornet.
Who ready? Who? We ready? Who? Who ready? Who? We ready? Who? Motivation to youth only. Mentally feel like Kobe. I'm like Jokic with the rock. You physically couldn't hold me. I don't care if you pushing 40. You can never little bro me. Euro step like Ginobili. From young OG to the OG. From nosebleeds to full seats. Something stronger than Cuban links.
Very nice. Very nice. Good job. All right, so Dan's working on the headliner. Can you flip that over? We had to, had a bunch of cracks in it, so we put some fiber strand on it, reinforce it back up. We're gonna cut this out where the sun visor goes, and I think it took care of most of that. And then what do I do with that box of material over here? I got Amazon Prime. Got some suede headliner fabric, and that is the color, kind of close as I could tell by the pictures to matching what I was going for. There's the original headliner or sun visor. It's not a perfect match, but it's pretty damn close. So, and this is foam backing, so it's actually padded. That's what we're gonna try. That stuff was super cheap. I mean, it's like $30 for that. Got some spray adhesion in there. You spray it all, tack it up real good, pull it tight. Looks good, Dan. Dan knows what he's doing. I've only done one, and it turned out pretty good, but it's because I had help. Don't mess up.
I'm trying not.
Don't mess up.
Oh, you ass.
Whoa, slow down.
Whoa.
You verse me, now that's a reach. We ready? Who ready? We ready? Who ready? Who? We ready? Who? Who ready? Who? We ready? Who? Who ready? We ready, been ready. I waited, my turn, on God. Hell steady, I keep dropping back to back. I keep going if you let me. I've been sitting at the top, looking down at those who left me. Promise I'm not being petty. I'm the one they envy. Brody moving state to state, make $1 million out the semi. Plus I grinded from the start. I was stacking pennies. I might dip like Machiavelli. After the confetti, who ready? We ready? Who ready? We ready? Who ready? Who? We ready? Who? Who ready? Who? We ready? Who? Who ready? We ready? Who ready?
Hello. All right, so we got this mocked up. Hey, what you got right there? Dan said, "I think my brakes are making noise." He just pulled it off. No, they way past the noise. Holy crap! Hold on.
That's why I went to a rear disc conversion in the crew cab.
Hey,
Hey.
those shop sells that for about $450. All right, back to it.
I got it.
You said, "Leave him alone."
Whoa.
First blowjob you had all week, huh?
Yeah. My bad. Hey. I'm ready for them to make the table.
Yeah, I need a table on there. I guess we can build one.
Ever since they did it, they got a sponsor. He's like, yeah, they're making a table.
Who?
Sean Rose.
Oh, nice.
Now he's using this machine.
Okay. Got away from the Mittler Brothers.
Yeah.
This machine would be an Eastwood, just in case y'all was curious.
I gotta get that on film.
What are you making, sir?
Attempting to make a fuel cap holder, I guess for your vegetables.
Yeah. Fine. We'll let y'all know how it turns out in a few minutes if it turns out. If it don't, y'all never see this clip again.
No, I'm trying to mimic your vegetables.
Gas door. There you go. It's almost there. That's money, dude. Not bad, sir. Good job on the meter roller. All right, y'all. It's about 12:30. Saturday night. We're still out here clicking. We went and got us a steak earlier.
Came back and I had to do all this myself.
You notice he's clean. The rest of us is dirty. So we got all this. This is tacked a bunch. This side's just kind of started tacking. I haven't started tacking the front panel in yet, but told Dawson to have at it with the beady roller. That's what he come up with. I think Brandon was over helping you earlier, wasn't he? Yeah, him and Brandon, number 2, went after it. They got, it's kind of hard to see. Once we put some color on it, you'll be able to tell. But the front bulkhead on this thing had, after we shortened everything, it had some, I guess what you'd call,
Ovals?
yeah, kind of rectangled ovals. I don't know. And I told him, I said, we might grind that down on the front side, do the body work on it. He said, let's just do something different where it don't look factory. So that's what he come up with. And then
Kind of made this match this if you look at it
yeah.
from the side.
So this is square, slanted, 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 slanted. This matches it. This is the exact same. So we got that done. And then we cut this piece out here. Dawson bead rolled this. It's kind of hard to see. Raised and indention. And we got a pop-up gas cap. This is the same one that I have in my pink truck. On my pink truck, it's up here on top of the bed rail. And it's painted body color, so it kind of just blends in. The reason we done that is because, so the gas tank's been raised up in this truck, I believe an inch or inch and a half is what that gas tank crossed, remember? You remember? I think it's an inch and a half. And then the body went down 3.5 inches. So that is 5 inches that has changed. So the gas tank's come up an inch and a half, the beds went down 3.5. The gas neck is no longer slanted down.
You know, to fill up with fuel is going to be impossible.
So my pink truck was the same way when we first got done with it. When you got to the gas station, show them how we had to lean that thing. The other way. Driver side up. Yeah. We had to lean the truck way over to put gas in it so it would run down. And then when we had the incident in the yard where it got backed into and we got it fixed, Kevin put me one of those on top of the bed rail, and now fuel just goes straight down and into the tank. So we went ahead and eliminated that this time and just went ahead and done it straight off the rip. Actually, Dawson had this and he said, I found a cooler one, so I'm going to give you this one.
Well, I want to donut.
That was random.
I saw the box.
So, yeah, he bead rolled this, continued the bed line, brought it around the gas door. Looks pretty killer to me. We're going to get that welded in, ground down, get this welded in. It's probably what I'll be doing all day tomorrow. And then I guess we'll scuff it and put a bed liner in it.
Let's leave this cap like that too.
I'm gonna leave it shiny. Yeah. So I've got to come in right here and do a little bit of patchwork on both sides, but that ain't a big deal. We're probably just gonna cut a piece to go fill this gap in all the way down, and then right there I got to cut a little square. But yeah, it's going pretty good. I told them these remind me of old school like 69, 70 Datsun fender wheels. They're really boxy, but the Datsuns have 2 lines in them.
So is this truck.
You know who has a Datsun who's not touching it?
Brian Stinsky,
Yeah, Brian, you should get out there and fix the Datsun.
get off your ass.
How many times are we gonna call him out in the videos?
Until he actually does something.
What are you doing with your life?
But, yeah, I'm fixing to go outside, take me a shower for the 4th time today, and get ready for bed. So I can wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning and do it again.
Yeah.
I'll be out here.
At 7 in the morning?
Yeah, because when I start tossing and turning, it kind of pisses my old lady off because I keep waking her up. So I just get up, go do something until she gets up out of bed. So, and tomorrow's her only day off this week, so she's probably going to want to sleep till like dinner, even though she'll be up by 8:30. Hey, we don't have that same cat anymore, so he don't wake us up all night. All right, y'all say bye. Toodaloo. Let me get that donut. Let me get that donut. Let me get that donut. Oh, he got it too.
Dang, he ate it in one bite. Look at it's got
He ain't
cheese.
sleeping all night. All that sugar.
Buddy, does he taste it?